Welcome back. Let's just jump right back into it. I organized my bags a little bit in between.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I borrowed one of these fish, would you?
I would.
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear.
Are you in the habit of stealing?
I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal.
Here, I'll just give you a fish.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
That merchant has to eat too. Leave the fish alone.
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man a fish. This man should learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
I suppose you've got a point. Another day, another rumbling belly.
Except for the fish that I gave you, of course.
Morals never fed a hungry man, you know.
That thief is free for now. But I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path.
What did you think of that fish thief?
Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sicil need is a thief among them.
Speaking of which... do I have books to read?
Good day to you.
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
No, I guess not.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Wait, is this
Get it
just...
while it's fresh. These back.
Don't scuttle away before you've tried some of the ocean's finest bounty. How many crab claws would you like? 3? 11?
Oh my.
In the mood for cheese? The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Norman there.
Watch the undead
You know
quiver
what?
in their mouldy boots.
Let me
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of
jump
the
out
good
of this for a
stuff.
second.
Let's see.
And let's go into your inventory.
Tomatoes.
And all the stuff that we want to sell, we should send to Sanction.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Norman there.
Get it while it's fresh. These batches only housed for the seed. No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows. Let us see if you can choose the finest green. No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Okay.
Watch the
Now our
undead
boy
quiver in
Sanction
their
can
mouldy
make
Don't
some
boots.
scuttle away
transactions.
before you've tried some of the ocean's finest bounty. How many crab claws would you like? 3? 11?
I'll buy all of your
Let's
herring.
see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Norman there. Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good Good stuff.
Actually, I'll take your red snapper too.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Sicil's ever seen.
Ooh, can I also sell this painting? And a spoon?
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Sicil's ever seen.
Don't talk to me. You're making me lose focus.
Spiritless?
Can't you see I'm busy modeling? Obviously, someone's plumage isn't magnificent enough to inspire genius. All those naysayers in the past, bah! See what I've become. Hundreds of years from now, people will wonder, who is that cook? It must have been a grand cook, so inspired.
Okay.
Ah, hello, proportionate one. Ah, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great fan of the fine arts, no?
Carrot, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Treasure maps. Here we go.
For cheese? That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Corman.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots. Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for barn potatoes.
I'm a painter by trade, as you can see, but a cartographer at heart. You might think there isn't enough work for one of my talents in a downtrodden city like Sicil, and you'd be quite right. I travel around Andervale, mastering my craft and finding new subjects to add to my litany of lovely portraits and complex maps, like this rooster I'm working on now, and the landscape that surrounds him.
Okay.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for a fire.
Liberté, equality, and brotherhood for all will turn the wicked cleaver of decapitation upon you. Revolution is coming!
Socialist cock. I gotcha.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice them, stir and churn.
Interesting marketplace.
Move along.
Oh, that was pretty straightforward.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her. Even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent.
Holy. And you are?
I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods.
I think we know what he's going to say about Esmeralda.
So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. and I hold no such proof exists. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of Seven couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending. And what questions are those?
Tell me about this undead problem.
Don't even mention those rotten carcasses to me. They're the reason we've been stuck in this dead-end town for nigh on 2 bloody years. All fun and games in the beginning, but just you lose a couple of friends fighting those fiends. Get used to lousy rations and have but drink and dice for entertainment. And you'll soon come to realize that out of hundreds of cohorts the world round, yours drew the short straw.
Oh boy.
This place is practically a tomb, and these Sicilians are constantly crying for our attention. There's a zombie in my garden, an orc ate my baby. my sheep is gone, oh woe is me. It never ends. I'll be grateful when our reinforcements finally arrive. Maybe they'll manage to muster the will to care.
Lots of embittered folks around.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda, dearest. I'm just doing my duty, you know, for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, milady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed.
Haloed head. Wow.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
Can you tell me more about this place?
Well, what do you want to know?
Let's take the temperature down a bit. Tell us about the undead.
Sometimes I forget they're even out there, to be honest. Remember above all to stay behind the wall, we tell our children. And when you've been heeding your own advice for seasons on end, you almost start to forget what the fuss was about in the first place. Better not to, though. They're still out there, the dead. And from the looks of it, they'll always be.
Tell me about your husband's murder.
Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Just talking about folks right in front of them. Okay. Up and around the corner here.
Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes, if ever there was one.
I like people with maps and giant X's on it.
I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation,
but truth be told, the Legion could use your help as well. We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm afraid I must admit they've met with very little success.
With whom am I speaking?
Lieutenant Selenia, at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second in command, but rest assured I am a lot more kindly inclined towards source hunters than he is. Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition, and even rivalry between our orders, but I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source Hunter. A gift and a blessing. Only heroes such as yourself can make a true difference in this troubled part of the world. Such is my honest conviction.
I'd like to talk about some matters considering the Legion.
I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you.
There are some sailors looking for work. Perhaps there's a place for them in the Legion.
It's very sweet of you that you are trying to get these men a job. But I'm afraid they're not Legion material. Sure, they can tie a knot and blow a whistle like the best of them. But even with a sword in their hands, they wouldn't stand a chance against the undead. And I don't want any more blood on my hands.
Let's discuss these expeditions into hostile territory.
If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 expeditions were launched to do just that. But so far, none of their participants have returned.
Oh boy.
3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places fraught with danger all.
I'm thinking the lighthouse. Burial mounds just seems to be a source of undead. Church is just a little too ironic. Let's go with the lighthouse.
There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs, overlooking the sea. No man has gone there in a decade, and yet a light shines from its pinnacle every night.
Oh, that's probably just a innocent lighthouse keeper that died many years ago.
The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere tall tales. I fear for their safety. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say?
I would say that.
A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be of use to them. There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The Sicilians razed it, and built a church for the 7 instead, supposedly to symbolize the victory of the gods over evil sorcery. All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the expedition. The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil, after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters before blindly diving to your death.
Go to the west, test things out. Gotcha.
So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, which is why I personally sign their transfer orders the moment they make it back from a mission behind enemy lines.
I see.
The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful, they just bought themselves a boat ride home.
Look on the bright side.
Tough stuff.
Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech Woman.
The beast speaks? So you've half a brain behind that feral maw, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and ached an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Ice blue eyes, narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust. her hands tense into claws, held at the ready.
I mean you no harm, stranger. I only wonder who you are.
Her brow knits together, but something in her pose relaxes. She clears her throat. I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech woman. She only startled me.
Okay.
And you are a source hunter. I have heard many tales of your order. Your history is long and honorable.
Oh boy, here we go.
This woman here, the one who now plots her revenge, she crept behind me while I was hunting, and I only defended myself. I would not hurt an innocent Screech woman on purpose. But soon their swords were upon me, and they forced me into this cage meant for dogs. Mother would rip the fur from her chest if she could see how they keep me.
Fur from her chest? What are we talking about here?
About face!
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled...
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
A curious situation you've got here. Is this woman in the cage under arrest?
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal.
Okay.
We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls.
Okay.
I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Sounds like a bit of a misunderstanding so far.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
You're saying her face wasn't pretty, and now she's got a chunk ripped off of it? That's rude.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Okay, I see what's going on here. And what will become of this admittedly strange stranger?
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Sure you can.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir,
Are we about to... is this a recruitment situation? Perhaps it's worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs.
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing.
A fearless hunter?
She'll likely
Someone who
come
can
in
use
handy
a bow?
If we can trust her to watch our backs.
Someone who could use a bow would be very handy. A fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Again!
All right.
Heed me, source hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Got it.
Sorry, sir. Source hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Interesting. There's a little in our world more variable than the minds of men. Yes, I've noticed we are an unpredictable species. It's likely to kill as to heal. Kill as to heal. I'm gonna say 2.
If you say it is so, then wary I will be. As the god wolf Amira commanded Threes. Win you from your wicked world, or cold company will corrupt you.
All right. Are you in the group or are you in the group? Cool.
About face.
What does she have for stuff? Not much of anything, really. Let's get you this bow and arrow that we've been holding on
That
to.
was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again.
At least get you started with that.
Those folks would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
And what do we have? Craftsmanship, Lore Master 2. Oh man, we got 2 Lore Masters. Arrow recovery, bully, and stench.
Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, I think we got a basis of an additional player here. That's good.
No, sir.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear?
Let's see. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into driveling hordes of their own misshapen number.
Undead tend to do that.
Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot.
It's a lot of alliteration there.
Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand?
Understand.
I am in command of this town. Not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined.
I do.
But report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary.
Okay.
The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you! Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past.
Okay.
What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
Okay. Uh-oh. What's down here? Ooh. The prison.
Do you hear that clinking? I think someone's got keys in their pocket.
The rat voiceover is ridiculous. I don't think there's anything to be done in here. Everything's locked.
Quiet! No talking to these scoundrels, criminal scum!
And everybody seems...
Excuse me, Grabby Gus. This is a Legion treasure room, and absolutely no non-Legionnaires are allowed in.
Yeah, let's take our leave. We're gonna get out of here. This seems to be only a place... Wait, what was that? Yeah, it seems to be only a place to cause further issues.
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits!
Well, we have permission to investigate the scene of the crime here. Strange cave. Oh, wow. This is a big map.
To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
I could do with a cold drink.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there.
You're just walking by a campfire. It's okay. Have I activated this waypoint? Apparently not.
May the seven keep you.
Here lies Kimberly. Finally.
Are you playing without me?
May the seven keep you.
Hey.
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something.
Hey, wow, I was wondering where that awesome sweaty boot smell was coming from. And here you are.
I'm Murphy, Jake's dog. Wow, you smell great. Have you been rolling around on dead things all day? That's my favourite hobby too. You know who I miss? Jake. Sometimes he'd just sit there being awesome. And I'd give him this look like, you smell great. And he'd give me this look like, you do too, Murphy. And he was my best friend. I came here so I could smell Jake again. He smelled great. But whatever's buried there doesn't smell like Jake at all. No, it's definitely not Jake. He was awesome.
What?
If I ever find out who killed Jake, the most awesome Jake who ever jaked, I'll bark so much! Seriously, so much, you have no idea!
Okay.
May the seven keep you. Peace be with you, traveller. May your lost loved ones rest in peace. I once lived a prosperous life with my husband and our happy little daughter Loney. But when the undead plague broke out, my dear husband was among the first killed. Loney never recovered from the loss. And when a group of mercenaries, predators, more aptly called, came to town dangling the opportunity to annihilate those undead devils, Loney lapped up their rhetoric and joined without so much as a backward glance.
Oh no.
She was killed less than a week after she joined. Here she lies, and here I stand, mourning the death of my last joy.
Sheesh. I don't even want to run the risk of clicking in there.
Here lies Neil, killed in the line of duty. I want to go home. Here lies Judith, warrior princess. Here lies Gregory, whose wife told him so. Here lies Jared. Shall I come back as an enraged spirit or a lovable prankster ghost? Here lies Catherine. I know, I was great.
Oh, how nice it is of you. The very picture of youth, to break the monotony of an elder's day. Wild away on this hardwood bench. Pray, let me be forward with you, O sapling rose, O leaf of spring, for my weary mind is troubled, and would highly prize thy gentle-handed assistance, thy kind ministrations.
Jeez.
I am but an aged elf that has seen the years parade in long succession. Gladly shall I tell you more. Will I regale thee, O whelp of men, with my tale? But not here, where the winds may steal my words.
About the assistance you asked of me.
You would listen to my grievances, guide me towards untroubled realms. Oh, you are truly a wonder, oh budding flower of the morn. Yet, that which I would tell you is of a rather private nature. So let us escape both the chill and the eye of public scrutiny. Hot spiced wine and a snug little room awaits us on the King Crab's first floor. Let us go there so that we can warm our bones, yet make shiver our hearts with a tale of loss and sorrow.
Okay, that's the most intense voice acting I've heard in a very long time. Gee whiz. I suppose I would need, what, a bucket?
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sycil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Oh boy. Obvious sales are coming up.
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
I think I'll take our leave. Intriguing opportunities.
Hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
Have you ever had the fortunate chance?
Where did he go? I thought he said the first floor.
They say he's privy to ancient arcane secrets.
Is it first floor, like first floor above the ground floor? What What is going on up here?
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail, Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Ah, you have come. Yes, that is most satisfactory. Begone, brittle mask of age. Hear me now repeat the words of Brittletooth, the child snatcher of Carador. Come, play with me, for I'm hungry. Come, play, play, play! My name is Eglandir Twil Salanar, elf of the House of Gandavum, the slaughtered House of Gandavum. But by the twin blades of the Shadow Vixen, I shall have my revenge. The walls of memory are stained with blood, and I would see them bloodier still.
The game, yes! A game of blood and brutality, of death and dexterity. Fun as herring the horror harlequin. But, like the serpentine stalker hisses before the stab, hush now. Darkness, darling. Hush, hush, and listen to my tale.
Oh boy.
The elves of Gandavum, they lived in peace. Oh yes, but one night, when the moon had hid her face, the orcs of the tribe of Kazuldagar beset our city. They cooked and ate and burned every last one of us. The light of dawn never saw an elf of Gandavum no more. All undone. Every last one of us. Except for me, the Midnight Rambler, away from the city. I was very old back then already, though indeed I whisper of many years hence. But death shall not find me. Oh no, not until every beast of Kazuldagar has been bled. I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of kings is mine. Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want, and now is almost over. By Kala, Lady of the Last Gaze, I swear it is almost done. Only the very last one of the Kazuldagar still eludes me. The crowning kill that would seal its fate and mine alike. I have tracked her down by the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Color the dusk red, O sword of youth. Bloody the day with the bramble sap that runs through the veins of Victoria. Bring me the amulet that clings to her flesh, soon to fade. And yours shall be the bounty of vindication. Mine shall be its sanguine satisfaction after long, long last.
So my target would be Victoria, a girl orc?
Yes, Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand. The heart around which the fingers of that hand must clench and tighten until its choking flesh bulges with blood and its beat slowly breaks.
Jeez, dude, come on.
The orcs of Kazuldagar, they knew my name. Oh yes. By the bite of the roving rattler, they knew my design. And so they sought to save their last, an infant, she who was to be queen. To no avail, oh no. Years, how many I know not. Years I searched, and now she has been found. Her name is that of a woman, her employment that of a civilized being. But by the fork of Barbara Man-Eater, she is nothing but an orc, a cyst of nature. One of a misbegotten litter dragged into life from the tumoured womb of a filthy, coarse-haired beast that was humped like a dog in the darkness of a stinking hollow.
Okay.
Victoria, librarian, daughter, adopted child of Cecil, Mayor of Sicile. There is bloodlust in you. I can feel it. Let it out. Set it free. Undo the last of the Kazuldagar. By the breasts of Sishara Goatsucker, give me my revenge!
Yeah, we should probably discuss this out here.
Sicile. Now that's a sad story. Elegant homes burned for fuel, oaken cupboards emptied, and ladies dragging the dregs of their great skirts to bargain for fish bones.
Comes a creeping for you, Victoria!
Ooh. That is a intensity of
That
great
was
proportion.
quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins.
He is as much a savage as those orcs, and how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime if she were but a babe at the time? He's been driven to madness by grief, I think, but I understand the urge to see every last one of the orc tribe dead. Which one are we gonna go with here?
The last will be beaten like the anvil of Grog.
His story does have a bit of inconsistency.
All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Urge to see every last orc tribe dead. That's rough too. Golly, no good choices here.
He is as much a savage as those orcs. And how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime if she was but a babe at the time?
Indeed. Victoria probably doesn't even know about her past. And yet she's on a, let's call him, eccentrics hit list.
Creeping for you, Victoria!
Alright. Where's the get out of here button? There it is. Let's at least start the investigation.
Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the Captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
Thanks. Yeesh.
Source. What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Okay, that was intense. Looks like all we can see is the sum total of the world that we're in.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! It will consume us all!
That's cool.
By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here
At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious.
Who are you? How did you get here?
Oh, yes. Proper introductions. Zixex, the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was, and is, and hopefully all that is to be.
Okay.
As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3. How you got here, though? That's a rather more interesting question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow.
Why is this place, as you say, shrinking?
Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened.
How can time come to an end?
Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens, and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
I think that imp might be quite mad.
Then we'd better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
Classic big-ass dragon.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't it? What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active.
Not even worth the rummaging.
Astounding. Onward we should go.
Another one for the collection.
The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like the long, dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be?
Could it be?
You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away.
Boy, this is a lot for a guy who got killed in an inn in the back room.
Those torches, a light! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain.
Can we first discuss what we just witnessed through your looking lens?
Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well.
Do you believe somehow we are connected to this plane?
It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one.
Through the portal then.
After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side.
The back room of an inn where a guy got murdered? That's what I'm guessing we'll see.
You first, but don't dilly-dally.
Homestead Hall.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
See, here's my problem. Hey. What? Why is there a party animal here? Can't talk to it. Inactive portal. Really cool tree. Another portal over here. Alright, so this is kind of a hub. Probably the same on this side. Kind of intense. Four-armed dude with looks like the standard 4 elements.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
Sanction doesn't have anything to say. We're just saying, continue.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane?
If you are truly the Weaver of Time, I imagine you already know the answer to that. It was a strange stone. A strange stone zapped us from where we stood to this plane among the stars. I think we're going to be pragmatic. We're not going to be smartasses.
A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well. Is that so?
Yes, that's just what happened. Have you seen it before?
Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Uh-oh.
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are.
What is this Starstone exactly? Where does it come from?
Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret. A secret lost, even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
Eons?
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm.
The void's ravishment of our realm. Jeez.
If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all.
If these stones can heal history, you must seek them out. We are the Stone Hunters of Rivellon. We're the Source Hunters of Rivellon. We have a mission that does not involve chasing down magical stones. Okay, come on now, guy.
Indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost?
Yeah.
What do you think, Source Hunter?
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
We can't deny our reaction to the Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
No matter how improbable. Give us a second, buddy.
No matter how improbable, anything is possible. If the Weaver tells the truth, we have some serious work ahead of us.
Uh-oh. We went romantic on it.
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
I want to check my traits. That's what I think.
What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell.
Lucky. Lucky charm. Because we used romantic.
Come. I got the glint in your gaze
Right,
and the
good
set
grief.
of your brow suggests to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. Not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, you know, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent, my eyes and ears upon your world. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
Zigzag's told you the secret of waypoint travel. Use the Rift travel button to travel to any waypoint shrine you've discovered.
I wonder, do you know more about the void? What it is? What lies at the heart of it?
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us.
Select the end of time to teleport to your
infinity,
homestead.
or the finality of tick-tocking time.
Okay, I have opened 6 million quests. I guess these are the ones that are done. The blinking ones I haven't looked at. We met a man who wanted to steal a fish, but we convinced him against it. Talking statues. We learned from the diary of a dead man that he jumped off a cliff believing some whimsical statues had granted him the ability to fly. Oh my goodness. There is a total ridiculous amount of quests to do. Root out the source of the undead plague in Cecil. She informed us that the dead that haunt the lands west of Cecil seem to be weaker than the ones in the land to the east.
Source Hunters! I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm.
Oh, I see.
I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, let us turn to the business at hand.
Sir Zigzags.
Starstone. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer's spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. His foul murder and the plight of dying time must somehow be interconnected.
Somehow?
That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way.
Why is it so particularly nice for us to found shelter somewhere?
Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes, in a word, safety. But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance, saved all too seldomly.
How did you find out Jake was the Starstone collector?
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, I snuck into his house and had a look around. The advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name.
You put absolute credence in the words of Zigzags, tying void, the looming end?
Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless instrument stripped of the potential of creation. It is void. It is death. It is nothing.
So, yes.
I'll not pretend to have all the answers. All that I understand, all that is happening here and out there among the stars. But I do know I'd rather err on the side of caution. If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I laze beside the hearths of home. I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert, then shared what little food and water he had with him. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed and marveled and told me stories about his travels. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. As of now, that includes helping the two of you.
Okay, I will take my leave.
Oh, before you go,
okay.
Here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzags asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin.
Oh wow, this guy's got a lot of stuff. Pyrotechnic. Yeah, I want some of this stuff. This is amazing.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away?
Wow. I like Firefly. What does this do? 100% chance to set burning status for 2 turns.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Yeah.
Firefly skill book. That's strong. Create a giant line of fire.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Yeah.
I probably want a lot of these. I already have flare. Oh, fireball requires level 6. I'm interested in this burn my eyes. And
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Yeah.
fireball is adept. Self-immolation. Smoke screen. That's also adept. Firefly burning skill. Burning touch is too close. Chance to set burning target for slamming through his bodybuilding. Requires level 3, which we're not.
Did it sprout legs and run away? Yeah.
Yeah, let's buy this.
Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
You just received a teleporter pyramid. These pyramids are linked to each other and always come in pairs. Open your inventory and use the pyramid to teleport to its pair. Ugh. Inventory. First, let me send this to Bandage. And then I'm going to have you learn. You got fire skills, right? Learn a new skill. Press K to open your skill screen.
All the world revealed before you.
Interesting. Last 10 turns. More perception. Cool. Nice to have a buff to give out to people. And then we had some other books I thought, but I probably buried them in one of these bags. At least I have a pillow. Oh, there's stuff way down here. Scrolling. Adventurer's Field Guide Volume 4. He Who Smelt It Volume 4. let's deal with the books in the next video. This really escalated a lot. Thought it was going to be a simple murder plot. Now it's a simple murder plot at the center of a full international, interdimensional time and space continuum problem. We'll deal with more of it in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.